Hello everybody and welcome back to Jilly's Nails. Today we're going to do something different and very fun. I have a holiday shopping guide for you. So let's get started with beginners and check it out. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do when you're shopping as a beginner is how to save money. So we're on the Maniology main page here. You can see it's showing all the different options that they have right now, different things that are on sale or things that they're promoting, right? But when you first come to this page, there's the Shop All tab. The first thing I always do is come down here to clearance. I want to see what's on sale. And if there's a lot of stuff in here, you can sort it by price, that kind of stuff. So this time they happen to have some foils, some old glitter that they were charging way too much money for, plates with some damage. They've got a couple ice cube stampers, 2 or 3 of those that are on sale right now that were themed. Like this was a Halloween one. This one I think was in the spring. And then this was a summer one. No, that one says spring, so maybe I have them backwards. Anyway. Point is, clearance section. You can get 4 scraper cards for $2 right now, some Halloween bundles, that kind of stuff. So always come and check this out first. I am a little sad to see that these are still on clearance. They've been in here since January. These were part of the Mani by Me January box that had the cherubs in it, and I didn't really love the plates in that. I'm going to talk about that in another video, but I loved these little studs. They were really cool. They're very pokey though, so if you wear them with a sweater or something, it's probably going to snag. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. And then on the Maniology website, I always see people going, well, I can't find stuff. So all you have to do is search for what you want. If you want purple polish, search for purple polish and it's going to pull up every purple polish. If you want to look at French manicures, just type in French. And I can't type today, so stop laughing. And it's going to pull up everything that has anything to do with French nails or French tips or anything that you could use to make a French tip. So like this is a little set of 3 that goes together. These bottom 2 plates are my favorites. I love these and I think they're really great. So anytime you want to look for anything, you just type it in as generically as you can, but accurate, and it'll pull up all the brushes, all of that kind of stuff. The other thing is Maniology's page can be sorted by price. So if you're looking and working on a budget, you can do sort low to high so that you can see the lower priced items and you can maybe pick up a few extra items. Also, the affiliate links work on some clearance items is how Maniology words it, or that it may not work on clearance, but it works on some sale items. So you can always try it even if you're just buying stuff out of the clearance section, because a lot of times there's a lot of money to be saved there. Okay, so you would think I would instantly go to the subscription boxes next, and I'm not going to. I'll tell you why. Because the level of skill that you need in those boxes is very inconsistent. Sometimes they're super easy and great for beginners. Sometimes, after having 4 years of experience, I still stare at it and go, I don't know what to do with this. Actually, I think I've been doing this much longer than 4 years now. But anyway, the point is the difficulty level is different in all of those boxes. And, some people jump right into it and they're great at it. But for somebody who's brand new and might struggle with things, this is not what I'm going to go for. I'm going to come over here to kits and bundles and look at the starter kits. Now, here's the cool thing about it. I'm going to go in again and sort these low to high so you can see if something's on sale. This one's on sale right now for $15. It's the Halloween one. That was actually in the clearance section, I think. And then this one's on sale for $18. So they've got different levels, different plates, all kinds of different looks. They've really expanded this range. It used to just be 4 boxes, and now, look, there's just kit after kit after kit, which I kind of think is really cool. But here's the thing. The level on these, some are difficult, some are a little easier as well, and I like that about it. But they are set colors, that kind of stuff. So if it was somebody who's brand new, I might try something like this that had the black, white, and clear, or kind of neutral toned things, unless somebody just loves crazy colors and will instantly be able to find a way to do that. So that is something to consider too. And I do like how some of these have more simple patterns. Like you've got your gamer one up here. That's a pretty cute one. I like this one. This one here's got different background stamping images on it. And I use these pearls right here in a Mani for PCOS Awareness Month. So it's got some kind of neat stuff where it almost looks like jewelry and background stamping. It's got a couple little holiday things on there. I like this one, and I think this one in particular is really good for beginners because it gives different challenges. You know, you've got stuff where you can reverse stamp if you want. You've got stuff that's just a single stamp if you want. You've got some straight lines so that people can practice doing straight lines. So it's a lot of really good images. Even though it kind of looks simple, it's actually really good images for practicing new designs and that kind of stuff, or if you're not familiar with stamping. This Rebel Yell one is pretty good too, although this mirror in this little box here, that one did not come out good. I don't know if I just got a funky one. It was very gritty and very hard to stamp with. So if you're gonna buy this one, I would honestly recommend sending them an extra polish just in case, because this one can be questionable from time to time. But some of these designs are also very simple and very neat. And if you know anybody who likes gaming, that's awesome. This die though has a 6-side on it, and it's not a 6-sided die, and that irritates everybody who's an actual D&D gamer player. And your girl was. I played D&D for many years, so this one, the numbers on it are wrong, and it's very irritating. But these designs are all simple and cute. You could reverse stamp these, or you could do it. So there's lots of good ones in here, and I highly recommend if you know somebody new that wants to start out or check it out to try this. The other really cool thing about these is a lot of times you can find them for free on Facebook or Instagram. Ads will pop up. Even YouTube has them now, I think, too, where it'll pop up and say, hey, you can get this for free, just pay shipping. And the shipping's like $7 or $8. So you can get 2 plates, 2 little mini polishes, a stamper, and a scraper for that price. So speaking of stampers, the monocle stamper, this one's really cute that they have right now. The other ones are sold out. They only have this holiday one, but it's on sale for $10, and it has the cute little peppermints and lollipops and hot chocolate and all that cute stuff, and this little matching scraper card. I think that monocle stampers, in my opinion, are better for new stamping people than the ice cubes. And if you buy those little kits, they come with the ice cubes. Now, I learned how to stamp with an ice cube. They do work. Yes, they can be a little bit fussy. And because of that, for ease, I recommend the monocle stamper. The monocle is also really good for stamping straight lines, much better than the little ice cube stampers are. So I do recommend this one for beginners over the other one. Just keep in mind, if they're new, tell them not to use acetone on it. Be very gentle with them. They're squishy, and you can kill the squishies, and we don't want to kill the squishies. So if you don't want to use the pre-made kits, I highly recommend this stamper over the ice cube. And then let's come into polishes. I definitely recommend stamping polishes over regular polish. Yes, you can use regular nail polish, or you can use regular polish and stamping polish. Stamping polish is regular polish, it's just more pigmented. So you can use it, but when somebody is new and just learning, I would prefer to know that they have a better quality product, because I remember trying to stamp black when I first started and it always looked brown. So no matter which black I used, either none of them looked good. And it wasn't until I actually used stamping polish that I was like, oh, this is awesome. By the way, this Grim Nightfall collection has some really cool ones. This kind of gold one, I can't remember. I think it might have, I can't remember. There's another color in it that's pretty weak, but these are meant to go over black, and they are super cool. Anyway, I digress. Back onto stamping polishes. For new people, if you're going to build your own kind of kit, I sort high to low on this because that puts all the big groups together for you. And a lot of these are the same polishes that are loose, sold individually there, but they package them up together, like this metallic piece collection. That's spiced orange, I think that's double bubble or something. That's the unicorn horn. So these are things that a lot of them came in Manny by Me boxes that are popular, that kind of stuff. What I actually recommend if they're brand new to stamping is this one, the Essentials Primary 6-piece. Like, this is sheer. Nobody wants to learn how to stamp with sheer. This one's not quite so fun. I mean, they're pretty neutrals and they're gorgeous, but if I'm new to something and you go, here, try all this magical colorful wonderness, and you hand me a bunch of neutrals, I'm going to be mad. So I recommend this one. It's the Essentials set. I did have this from the Bundle Monster brand, so a lot of mine have gone bad now because I've had them for years and years and years, and they do tend to get gloopy after years and years and years. So they're old, they're in old packaging, I've started throwing them out. But the silver one is a pretty good polish. The silver and gold are my least favorite out of this, but they're metallics, so it gives people the opportunity to learn with metallics. Then you've got this red, white, and blue, and then a black. What I like about this is you can mix colors. Like if you don't like that blue that dark, put some white in it. If you want a darker red, put a little black in it. So you can really kind of play around with the color theory and mix your own stuff out of these because they're essential and kind of basic colors. And last but not least, when it comes to new people who are new, who maybe get a little frustrated with things, you can always go back to the good old strip stickers and decals. So like these are actual stickers, these are not for your nails. But if you come down, Maniology has a lot of really cute ones. These were in a Mani by Me box, or there were some very similar to this in a Mani by Me box, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Like they don't show up as well in pictures and things, but these are all holographic and kind of shift back and forth as you move your hands. They're really pretty. Look at that. You can see it in these pictures pretty well. They're absolutely gorgeous in person. Pictures and video do not do them justice. So if you are a sticker person along with stamping, I know a lot of people do mixed media kind of stuff. There's cute stuff in here for Christmas, and you could even still paint on top of these or watercolor them. You know, there's all kinds of things that you could still do with it. That's maybe a little bit easier for some people who are new. And I think they're a great little addition, especially if somebody likes, you know, stickers and that kind of stuff. And now we're going to pop up to the intermediate level and get into the harder stuff. I haven't really touched too much on plates yet, so I just want to kind of briefly come in here and show you what I do when I'm shopping for these. I usually search for new arrivals first because I have a problem and I have entirely too many plates to begin with, right? But there's all kinds of designs in here, and I think there's no way for me to go through all of them, but just to give you an idea, like a plate like this, I would consider advanced to like an intermediate to advanced stamping plate. Whereas you could come in and say one of these two here, I would call these a little bit more beginner friendly because they're pretty basic kind of. All you have to do is put one stamp down. You can layer them, but all you have to do to make a cool design is stamp, you know, a mono stamp. So it's up to them and what they think is up to their level or what may scare you or not scare you as a stamper. Like this one I would consider an easy plate. This one is not, in my opinion. So, you know, that's kind of a personal preference on that. But again, I think if you stick with some of these, you know, starter kits and bundles, you're probably in pretty good hands there. Now, one of the things a lot of people do not discuss very much at all is for advanced and intermediate people, you need storage. And a lot of people just kind of go in and they'll even use like little index card holders with dividers, and I totally get the appeal of that because it's very easy to just flick through them real quick and recategorize them real quick. I personally like to use the build your own sets that they have on this page that are not showing up right now, so I'm going to sort them low to high or high to low, because I know it's $15. So I know it's going to be on the higher end of things. And it's this right here. They had different ones at one point. I'm not seeing any right now. They had some that had little round mixes in here where you could get a mix of different ones. But these are what I use. I get a 3-ring binder. And so this is a great idea for a gift as well. You get a 3-ring binder. I recommend nothing bigger than 2 inches because surely everybody goes, oh, you can get this big, huge binder and put all your plates in the binder. And let me tell you, I did that. I have a 4-inch one and I can barely pick it up because it's so heavy. So I'm actually in the process of starting to split things up and move them around and split them into different binders because it's so heavy. It literally hurts my back to pick it up. And you may look at it too and just kind of go, oh, well, this is really pricey or whatever. And I will tell you, these are not the cheapest pages I have found. But the cheapest ones that I have found leached oil out of the plastic all over my plates. So much so to the point that on a few of them I had to cut the holder to get them out because they were so covered in oil I could not grab them. So sometimes cheaper is not always better. It's very similar to when you get a stamper head and the stamper head is oily, only this is all over your plates. So the Maniology ones have never done that, and I will recommend these all day, every day until the end of time. They're really good. Highly recommend them. They're worth the money. A lot of people sew their own and do some other things like that. I don't have time for that. Like, I work 40 hours a week. I do this too. I film between 2 and 3 videos a week. I just uploaded 250 videos. Like, the other day was my 250th video. That's crazy. Anyway, these are very, very nice. If you are going to buy this style of storage, I highly recommend these. Moving on from storage, the next thing that I would consider advanced is going to be glitter powder foil. Again, I think Maniology charges too much for their powders and their glitters. I think they're way overpriced. But I very rarely see duochrome ones either, so it is kind of cool that they do have some duochrome ones. And to be fair, they're all very nice. I just think, like, they make me clench my butt. They're so expensive. I can't take it. And I know y'all are probably tired of me talking about clenching my butt, but seriously, it stresses me out when I think about paying $10 for a little bitty thing of glitter the size of a quarter. It's just goofy to me. But again, the quality is nice. They work nice. I really like the Scarab Wing one. But they are very pretty. I liked Wicked. Superstition is weird, but I still kind of like it. And they've got nail foil glue. I would also recommend, if you're going to use powders or glitter or anything like that, that you do go ahead and get the sticky base. I can't type today. Y'all don't make fun of me. I've been like this all day. I cannot type worth a dang. This has been fantastic for glitter and stuff. I know everybody says, oh, you have to have this for stamping. La, 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 la. No, you don't. Like, I'm sure this person wrote a very honest review. I'm sure it does help with stamping, but you don't have to have it. However, it is excellent for glitter. So if it's that good for glitter, I'm going to say it's probably good for stamping too. And it's worth checking out, but it's not mandatory for a beginner to use. Speaking of advanced techniques, I want to talk a little bit about gel polish. Now, what most people don't realize is gel polish is an enhancement. It does take a certain amount of prep work, but it's not as hard as doing acrylic nails or polygel or any of that stuff, right? But it is an enhancement. It does have a certain prep to it. I have my theories on polishes, especially the ones that are in these black bottles like this, like the Beetles. That one's also Beetles, but there's a ton of brands that are in these little black bottles. I think they're really all just owned, like made by the same company, and everybody slaps their own label on it and puts it online because the bottles are identical, the formulas are similar, etc. Look how pretty this one is. I can't stop staring at this red and the champagne kind of color. They're so pretty together for the holidays. That's a really pretty collection. And that's kind of my point. What do you like? What do you want it to look like? Like, what does the brand really matter if the polish works for you? Ooh, look, that one's actually jellies. I didn't even realize that. And that is something you do have to pay attention to. And you also have to pay attention to size when you're ordering these online. Like these kits that have 20 polishes in them, they're generally teeny tiny polishes. They are not your normal size polishes. So just be prepared for that. Ooh, look at that black with the rusty kind of orange on it. That's pretty. Okay, I'm getting distracted by shinies. And that's really what I sound like when I shop. I go, ooh, pretty. So I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with any of these, but if you don't want to use the cheaper brand, you can get Orly gel polish or China Glaze gel polish or any of the other 50 million Madam Glam. You know, you can find that stuff around. So if there's something in particular that you're looking for, you know, check those certain name brands. But if you're just looking to swatch colors or experiment playing with some colors like this, those are pretty too. And see, that's another brand I haven't heard of. Those are some pretty greens. Oh, I see, it's a shiny and a matte. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, I'm getting distracted again. Anyway, so see, you've got gelish here, which $16 for gel polish. Good grief. This Model 1's kit, you know, $60 for 33 pieces. It has the light in it. And let's talk about that for just a minute. If you cannot see into the bottle, it's probably actual gel polish that requires a light. You can go to a drugstore and you will see like Sally Hansen gel effect or Believe Beauty Gel Effect. That is not gel polish. It just means it's super shiny like gel polish and has a similar finish. Normally you have to have these black bottles for it to be gel, and sometimes they're white, but just keep that in mind. And keep in mind on these especially, I did a review of something similar to these for Rosalind polishes. Those bottles were teeny tiny. So make sure you look at your ounces, make sure you understand what you're buying before you do that. But if somebody wants to experiment with gel polish and they're not really sure, you can get a $20 gel lamp and a $20, $30 thing of polish, and they'll have a bunch to play with for weeks and weeks and weeks to come. So I think that's really a good one for kind of advanced stuff. And then also, as silly as it sounds, glitter, because it can be a real pain in the butt. And if somebody's not familiar with it, or if they just go by craft glitter, they're gonna discover a problem pretty quickly. I have to tell you, these glitters that I've been buying off of Amazon, the last ones I bought, these are in a smaller package. The last ones I bought are in a smaller package like this. I don't love the smaller package as much as the ones that I got for the fall, but these are all still pretty, and they're cosmetic grade. And you want to make sure that they say cosmetic grade, because if they're not, the color can come off from the chemicals that are in the nail polish and that kind of stuff. It'll make the color bleed off. So make sure you do get them safe for use on a human. But again, I don't even think it really matters what brand. It's just, what do you want? Because you can get different price points. You can get all kinds of stuff super cheap. Like, that's just kind of plain old glitters. And there's a lot to that. So, you know, look at this. I mean, you can get acrylic nail gems. You can get all kinds of stuff on here. This has shards in it. It's kind of like a mermaid palette, I think. But they're very pretty. And from what I've seen so far, all of the ones that I bought that kind of have these chunky mixes, they are laying flat on the nail very nicely. They look great, and they shine to the gods. Like, they're beautiful. And yeehaw glitter, right? I know I'm talking a lot, so I'm going to try to start wrapping this up just a little bit. But I do want to also show you Lantern and Wren. I really like this website. Carly does such a good job of managing her stuff. She's a distributor, so she has access to a bunch of different nail companies. And if you kind of scroll down, she'll have new stuff and featured. So, like, to me, Clear Jelly and Uber Chic are both brands that I get from here. And this is where I generally come to get my layered stamping, or if Maniology doesn't have just the design that I'm looking for. Now, here's the thing I like about Clear Jelly Stamper, and I do have an affiliate code for them too. I'm going to put all my affiliate codes in this video somewhere, so just keep an eye out in case you do want to do some shopping. I would really appreciate it if you use the codes, because it gives you a discount, gives me a little commission, and helps me pay for stuff for this channel. So one of the things that I really like about Clear Jelly is they put these little cards in, so it shows you what it should actually look like when you create the design. So you can see Santa has his little red hat and his belt and all that cool stuff on, right? And what you can do is, when you're looking at this, you can go, oh, here's Santa. And it helps you break down, like, oh, there's his beard, that needs to be white, because on this card right here, it's white. So it helps you kind of plan everything out a little bit. So you've got the white stuff here. This is all the stuff that would be red. And these would be his boots and his eyes and everything that's black. There's his little face where you can change the colors. Or, like, you could do this present and do red for the base, white stripes, and a gold bow. So that's what I really like about this stuff with Clear Jelly. And then Uber Chic has the same thing. And they had the freaking Tree Rex. The Tree Rex I'm obsessed with. He was on here. It's the Merry and Bright plate. And again, most of these places, if you know the names of things and you just come in and type it, Merry and Bright, there it is right there. Click it. It's $14.99. Here's the plate. So we have the Tree Rex. I featured this in my last video, so if you haven't seen it yet, go back and check him out. He's really cute. Carly does such good work. Like, I can put an order in and 30 minutes, within usually 30 minutes, I have a confirmation that my order is packed and ready to be picked up by the mail. So she's really great for that. Last but not least, we're going to talk about advanced stamping and other techniques. So there are a lot of things that you can do that fall more into advanced techniques. The chrome powders, you can make those either kind of advanced to intermediate, like either one of them. I think those are kind of interchangeable, but the ones that can be a real pain in the butt are nail foils. I know I have threatened to explain how to use these on my channel multiple times, but they are such a pain in the rear, and they always look crazy on my nails when they're short. So I feel like they look better on longer nails, just in my opinion. It's not to say they're not cute on short nails too, but just for me, I'm not such a huge fan, so I don't play with these very much. But these do require a glue, or if you're doing gel with it, you need to use a sticky top coat, like something where you would have to clear the sticky layer. And basically, these are just imprinted designs on little thin pieces of plastic, and you stretch them out over your nail and rub them on, and it transfers over. So they have a lot of cool designs, and they can look really, really neat. But they can also be a real pain, and they can get wrinkled up, so you have to really want to do it. But with that being said, look at the price. $6.99 for 200 sheets. And usually a sheet's about 4 to 5 inches long, maybe 6 inches long. It's enough to use it on a couple nails if you want. But you can definitely see all these different patterns that are available. You can even search for that by holiday, like Christmas nail foils. And it'll pull that stuff up and show you ones just for Christmas, like snowflakes. Here's all these little wintry scenes. And of course, when you're in season, they tend to be a little more expensive. So look after the season when people are trying to clear out their inventory for next year. Because nobody knows if you bought this nail foil 2 weeks ago or 10 years ago. It's a nail foil on Amazon. You'll be lucky if you can find it in 2 weeks. But they have really cute ones. They can be very difficult to deal with. So I don't get into those too much, but I do have some here and there. They can be really cute additions to nails, especially if you don't have time for stamping or you don't want to drag everything out for stamping. They're a cute alternative for sure. Something else that I would consider definitely advanced or even, professional level. And of course, I'm not saying if you're not a professional, you can't do these. I've done polygel on myself at home and that kind of stuff too. But they have all kinds of kits everywhere. Now, which one's the best kit? I don't know. Polygel never did well for me. It tended to lift on me a lot, no matter how it was applied, how well, how carefully. It would just lift on me in a couple days. I think it was too soft for, the kind of typing and heavy things that I do all day long. See, I told y'all I can't type today. Good grief. So, there's different kits out there. There's different brands. You would have to experiment with that yourself. Same thing with acrylic or gel. I just don't really play with extensions too much. For me, I'm a natural nail girl most of the time. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, though, in a minute. If you want to learn more about good products, though, I would suggest you watch Sarah's Nail Secrets or Talia. I think she changed it to Talia's Nail Studio. Both of them do great work. Sarah does more acrylic. Talia does more gel stuff. Susie from Nail Career Education does acrylic and gel, mostly acrylic. So there's a lot of really good nail artists that are on YouTube that deal more with these like professional gelish products, that kind of stuff. And I would definitely go there to check those out. Last but not least, I do want to talk about Double Dip. I have recently become an affiliate for them, so I want to be upfront about that. But if you know me, you also know I don't talk about stuff if I don't like it unless I tell you I don't like it. And I have really enjoyed using Double Dip. My hesitation with dip powder was always that I thought it would tear up my natural nail beds, that because you have to take it all the way off every time, whereas acrylic or gel, you can just fill in from the back. So I thought it would cause a bunch of damage to my nails. It did not. I was shocked. It came off very easily, like very easy, but it adhered. But when I tried to take it off, it came off. And that, to me, huge time saver. I've tried to take off acrylic and polygel before. Literally has taken me hours of filing and filing and filing. To be honest, I put it on too thick, but it still took too long. And I did not have any of those kind of problems. I put it on a little bit too thick once. So the second time I tried to go thinner and that didn't work. So it was way too thin and it ended up lifting. But I think that, again, I think I was too thin and I caused that problem. I love this stuff. I'm obsessed now, and I'm probably going to be a long-time customer. This kit just came out from KC Nails. She's also a YouTuber. I just recently subscribed to her, oddly enough, and then this popped up. So this was a collection she just did, and I love this champagne sparkle. I think it's absolutely gorgeous I think it's beautiful with these three colors together, and then I like these three together. So I don't think I'd mix and match the reds and blues and that stuff, but these, or even these four together, I love it. I think it's a beautiful collection. I think there's so many color combos that can be very nice together. It is a little pricey. I mean, it's $60, but it's about $10 a powder. And you know, actually, I'm sorry, that's for the full kit. So that's where you come down and you get these brushes and that kind of, and the dips and the holographic bag like they sent me. If you just want the powder, it's $40 or $39.99. So it's pretty cool. Now here's the other thing. I'm gonna probably try this out because it's tempting for me, but I'm also a little freaked out by it because they do have a subscription mystery box. What I think is cool is it has different levels. And so you can come in and go, I want to pay for the deluxe. The deluxe is $49 a month, $49.99. The fun is $29.99, and the sweetie bag's $23. If you come down here, it shows you the deluxe box and one custom powder, but they're all mystery stuff. So part of me is kind of freaked out by that. Part of me thinks it's really cool. So I might be checking this out in a future video. Let me know if you want to see it. But here's the other thing. If you haven't tried dip, I'm telling you, try this brand. Very seriously, try this brand. You can get a starter kit for $50. It has all these powders in it. It has all the liquids you need. It has the files. It has the bags. It has the little clippies for your nails and the trays to catch everything and the brush. So they really are giving you a good deal. I've looked in other places and they are much more expensive than this company. They're based in the USA. Look at all the places they've been featured. They have nice products, so definitely check them out if you haven't. I would definitely call these more advanced or intermediate because they've got polygel and all that stuff on here too. But look at this. Look how pretty this is. You telling me that's not worth $8? I would pay $8 for that powder all day, every day. It's lovely. This is beautiful to me. So they have so many colors like that. I mean, you can literally, again, come in here and click and just, or even just search, like I want to search for blue. It's going to pull up everything that's blue. See? And all of these websites kind of do that. So if you're looking for a specific color, what is that? I'm having a squirrel moment. That's cool looking. So see, there's just so much you could do with this. You could spend hours and hours playing with it. And what's really cool is you can stamp on top of it too. So you could put your base down and have a nice sturdy base that helps support your nails. Like for me in the winter, my nails break all the time. It's very irritating. That's why every year at Christmas, my nails are short because the damn things break every year in November. And I know I normally don't curse on my channel. I'm sorry, but it's been a frustrating thing for like 3 years now where I can oil. It doesn't matter. They're going to break. So I'm very excited to like be able to put some dip on this winter and see if I can keep them from doing that. Because when I took it off, it was all great. I had no problems taking it off. It didn't damage my nails. They looked beautiful underneath. I was shocked. And they stayed on for me almost 2 weeks. And that never happens for me with extensions. Ever. They always pop off within like 4 to 5 days. And these stayed on almost 2 weeks. I actually had to take them off. So definitely a great company. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't tried it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click on a video in the upper right hand corner and check out my double dip review. It's really awesome. It's very thorough and I think you would enjoy it. If you have suggestions, please put them below and just say, hey, I like this for beginners. I like this for advanced. I like this, because I'm sure that people would really appreciate everybody sharing that information, especially if they're trying to give people gift ideas for themselves or if they're trying to get a gift for a friend. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Bye-bye.